We have a soft baked blueberry coconut plantain bites. Exciting. Yes. Oh, we have excitement in the audience. So these are nutrition packed and budget friendly, empowering you to make choices without breaking the bank. So the combo of the yogurt, the oats, the coconut, the blueberries make them tasty, but they also are a rich source of protein and fiber. And we have talked a little bit about protein before. It's important for muscle building. It's important for healing. It's important for our immune system. And the fiber, important for our digestive health. So we talked, I keep saying we talked because we had a couple of classes yesterday. But in every class, we talk about the friendly bacteria in our gut, the gut microbiome. And we're learning more and more about the benefits of keeping the trillion of beneficial bacteria in a gut happy. And fiber is one way to help feed them. It's also another way of helping us regulate blood sugars if we need that, and reducing several types of cancer, colorectal cancer being one of them. Generic brands, yeah, I think that's something else that can be cost saving. Yeah. You don't need to buy the specialty containers or the name brands. Buying the generic brands, sometimes you can cut your costs almost by 20 or 30%, depending on when you're shopping. You can find sales going on. So so do that. And I think with the oats and the coconut, I think if you store it in an airtight container, they'll last longer. Would you say?
For how would you store them? Yeah, absolutely airtight container. The oats can stay in your pantry. It's a dry item. No problem. Airtight is good. The coconut for long-term storage, and this is what I actually do with my nuts and seeds too, because there is a natural fat in it. Over time, it will sort of speed up the how quickly it spoils. Freezer bag and keep it in the freezer, and it lasts so much longer. Keeps it a lot fresher as well. So that's how, if you have the space, that's how I store the coconut.
So a big part of trying to save costs is not only like looking at the price of the foods that you're buying, but also when you bring it home, let's say you there was something on sale and you bought a big batch, how do you make sure that it doesn't go to waste?
Yes.
You called Jeremy? No, just kidding.
Disconnecting my phone. Awesome. Yes. All right. So we're going to jump into these plantain, I can't even remember, blueberry coconut plantain bites, soft baked as well. So this is something that we did play around with a little bit. One thing that I do want to talk about quickly off the top is the coconuts and the oats. It's okay. No worries. You're good. That's a little background music I like. If you've seen a recipe where it calls for like a flour, like a coconut flour or oat flour or almond flour, those in the grocery store by that name tend to be pretty expensive. The reason is because they did the process of turning it into a flour for you. To save money, you can just do, if you have a blender or even like a coffee grinder, you can do that yourself. Okay, all it is, like oat flour, is just oats, just cheap oats. Throw it in a blender and just pulse it until it's fine, like flour. And it doesn't have to be super fine, even if it's coarse, that's okay. Coconut flour. You can buy a $2 bag of unsweetened shredded coconut, which would be probably like $8 for like coconut flour, and just grind it. Put it in the blender until it's nice and fine, like a flour. And the same with almonds. Now, when you're talking about nuts, the price goes up a little bit. But if you talk about like a bag of almonds versus the same volume of almond flour, you're like tripling the cost almost, right? You can just create your own, throw it in the blender, or if you have a food processor, even better, and just grind it up yourself. Okay, so a way in which you can sort of save a little bit by doing some of that extra work.
And sometimes, like, you can do it the day, you don't have to do it all at once, right? So it might seem overwhelming to think, oh my goodness, now I have to grind this. But like the day before could be, okay, day before, I'm going to grind everything.
Absolutely.
Day after, I'm going to assemble it, right?
Absolutely. Yes.
Which is what I would probably do.
All right, so cup of coconut flour, or actually in this case, I'm just doing unsweetened shredded coconut because I like the texture. If you're not a big fan of the texture of coconut, you can just grind it so it's finer. Half a cup of oats, which I blended in a blender. I'm going by eye because I'm not a big fan of chemistry baking, and this came up in a class yesterday.
We had a chemist in the class.
Yes, which if you're a chemist in the kitchen, completely understand. That's why there's a recipe there for you. I'm going to show you by eye. So about half a cup in there of the oats, the oat flour, about a teaspoon of baking powder in there. And then we're going to go in with our wet ingredients. So this is our plantain, which was nice and ripe. Took it out and I mashed it with a fork. If you can't find plantain, or if the plantains are not like super ripe, you can use banana as well. Okay. I find that one plantain is equivalent to about 1.5 bananas, like something in that range. So you can use either or. If you can't find the plantain, just go for banana. Plantain, I like the plantain because it's a little starchier, so it actually bakes really, really well. You can make, like if you've made banana bread, try making plantain bread. And that's really, really good. Not as sweet and like banana forward. So if you're not if you don't like the banana flavor, how it can sort of overwhelm a dish sometimes, you definitely won't get that with the plantain. It's a lot more muted, a lot more subtle. So you can play with the flavors a little bit more in that case. Okay, so about 1 plantain worth in, and then we're going to add 1 cup of yogurt. Here's where you can go for a high protein yogurt to make it a high protein snack.
Yeah, so you can get it in Greek yogurt, get high protein there. You can also use skyr. This is skyr. So skyr is it's actually more of a cheese product, an Icelandic cheese product, but it looks similar and it's sold similar to yogurt. And it has even more protein than Greek yogurt. So if we were to look at a cup, or let me see, I have it here. So here's the yogurt. If we're looking at just shy of half a cup, so 100 grams, there would be 3.5 grams of protein in regular yogurt, 8.5 grams of protein in Greek yogurt, and then the skyr, you have 10 grams of protein. So it's a little more than double what would be in a regular yogurt. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so love the skyr. That's in. Blueberries, you can do any fruit here. I'm throwing blueberries.
What time is it? Oh, 12:53. Okay.
This is quick. So blueberries in. We're using frozen. You can definitely use fresh now that you probably get a little more in season fresh. But frozen is another, I think, great tip to sort of save a little bit of money, especially in Canada. We have such a short growing season, so outside of the season, I think frozen, great option.
Yeah, and the nutrition is maintained. So they flash freeze it at the peak of nutrition. It locks in the nutrition. And it's similar to fresh. So when it's off season and we're transporting fresh blueberries from wherever, strawberries, during that transport, we're losing some of the nutrition, some of the vitamins and minerals. So definitely in off season, it's good to get the frozen varieties. And now you can just kind of mix and match. I have both in my fridge right now. I have the frozen blueberries and I have the fresh.
Love it. Okay, so fresh or frozen in. A little bit of sweetness if you want. You can add a little bit of honey, a little bit of maple syrup. If you've added banana, that is going to contribute a little bit of sweetness to it as well. The plantain, not as much. So I'm adding just a little bit of maple syrup. Just like a tablespoon. That's all the maple syrup I have left. All right.
Actually, I had a flashback. I'm from Sudbury originally, and our summer job was to go and, forage for blueberries. And sometimes we would get lost. And sometimes I'd come home with my bucket, and I remember I was little in my bucket, and before we made anything with it, the whole bucket was gone.
Oh, so you got lost intentionally.
Well, sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes we actually did get lost. I remember I got lost with my parents. Can you imagine? And we were near Warrington University, so we're still talking about we're lost.
This is a terrifying story to me. Why would you tell us this story? All right.
I'm here. We came back.
You made it.
I think there was a question here. Yes.
I actually wanted to ask, is there a big nutritional difference between wild blueberries and non-bioavailable?
Good question. Not really. I think the difference maybe might be a little bit more of the flavor, and also, again, it's that locking in of nutrition. Like, how far did it travel and to get here? I'm a big fan of in season, so whatever is in season is good to go with. Yeah. And then
frozen varieties.
The frozen varieties, I would say they're pretty similar. Yeah. Their big benefit is the color. Again, that pigment is giving us something called anthocyanins, and so you're going to get that in any type of blueberry. Look how pretty.
Is it similar to the red beet?
Yes.
The antioxidant?
Yeah, yes. Red beet, blueberries. So it's the blue, red, and purple. See, you're starting to, yeah.
After
You don't have to say the five-syllable name. You just have to say, okay, I'm getting it here, I'm getting it there.
All right, so this is the mixture. It should be kind of like a wet cookie batter or muffin batter. Maybe that's a little bit better descriptor. Spoon it on, nothing fancy, just like a couple tablespoons worth onto a baking sheet lined with parchment. The parchment's really going to help here, or if you have a reusable baking soap pad, that will work as well. Into the oven, 400 degrees for about 15 minutes. Okay, we're looking for color. We want them a little soft baked. If I go too long, because of the oats, they will turn into little bricks. Don't go too long. So about 15 minutes, like max, and I think you're good. And yes.
And I like that you can just play with the fruit that you added, right? So sometimes it can be blueberries, strawberries,
Absolutely.
raspberries.
Peaches.
Yes. Oh, beautiful.
And we have our little coconut and plantain blueberry bites. And what I love about it, again,
Still taking pictures here.
because of the
Thank you.
because of the coconut, it's the texture is like really, really nice. So it sort of breaks apart. And it's nice and soft.
That's my favorite kind.
Yeah, you have the blueberry sort of oozing out of it, and that is our last recipe.
Yes,
just on
chef.
time, 2 minutes short. So thank you everyone here for joining us live. You can try
Your
the
smiling
recipes
face.
today, which is exciting. Those at home, I'm so sorry.
Any more questions? No?
We do have a couple questions, which we'll get
okay.
to in a second. So, referring back to the second recipe was where can you find tempeh in the grocery store? Which a lot of people are probably asking. So tempeh is usually refrigerated. It should be refrigerated, and it's usually where you can find the tofu in that section. If it's not there, then it'll be in probably their organic section because it might be a specialty item. That's in your generic grocery stores. Or if you go to a healthy food store, they'll definitely have it in one of the sections refrigerated as well. Sometimes they do freeze it. You can just ask the grocer, but they should have. And another question is, where do you find the recipes online? So ELLICSRkitchen.ca, you'll find all the recipes. The YouTube channel is where you will find the recipe videos and our live classes. And I'll quickly plug our class in August, the 21st of August. So join us for our next class. Stay tuned for that. Huge thank you to Lux and the AYA program. And what's the website again? Or
It's just AYA program. If you search it in Google, it'll be the first thing.
Google AYA program. Google AYA program, and check them out on the Instagrams. Yeah, you post a lot of your calendar of events there. I think there's an upcoming trip to Center Island.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Okay, so you have to contact and register for that. It sounds like a lot of fun. But thanks again, Bucks, for joining us today.
And Farmer Glenn.
Farmer Glenn. Thank you, Farmer Glenn. We will see you again. We're going to be doing another collab with Farmer Glenn in September, hopefully.
Maybe we'll get to meet him. Maybe we can drag him out.
We'll see. He's busy. This is busy time.
It's a busy time. Yeah.
But we'll see if we can get some videos maybe from his farm to share.
Well, that would be lovely.
Okay, I think that's it. Daniela, Jeremy. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.